I know it has been a minute, but what is up, you guys? This is Ryan, aka Black Phantom 805, coming to you guys today with another video. Happy New Year to you all. I know it has been a long time since I've picked up a camera, and as you guys can see, some things have changed. So we're gonna jump straight into it. This video might be a day or two long. I don't have much daylight and I have to get ready to go soon. So I've been promising you guys I'm going to pick the camera back up and start back filming and doing some things, and we're going to get back on track, and I'm going to try my hardest to do that. My work schedule is awful and it's killing me. I don't have time to hardly think straight, but we're going to make this work. So let's go ahead and jump straight off into this. And like I said, it might take a day or two, but let's do it. So first thing first, my Mini Cooper. If you guys keep up with me on social media, if you guys have been watching some of the shorts, shorts is a way that I was able to, you know, update you guys kind of quick, just a little bit when I knew I couldn't pick up the camera, to show you some of the things that have been going on that I have been doing, and this is one of them. So this was my first manual car that I have ever had, and I loved it. I have not driven this car for probably 2 months now, and it is a reason I have not driven it. It's a 2003 Mini Cooper S. It has some modifications done to it. It's a pretty fun little car, so I was using this. This was supposed to be my car, you guys. I was going to go around barbers, and so I was going to pick up racing a little bit more, well, not a little bit more, because I've never raced on like a track like barbers, but barbers was going to be my leap to get off into racing. I had been taking some classes to learn like the driving lines, to learn everything about the racetrack, and of course I needed a race car. I did not want to use the Audi to go around the track in, and a lot of guys were telling me, hey, either Miata, Mini Cooper, and I went with a Cooper. So some things I done to it before it went down, which I'm gonna tell you guys about that in just a second. The grill I changed up, and as a matter of fact, I should have a picture of what it looked like stock, which I'll insert. But I changed the grill. I went with a new set of wheels, which I thought was cool. The air covers, door handle, and I think that was pretty. Oh yeah, and the shark fin up top. So we're sitting in the Cooper. So I'm gonna give you guys a really quick story. I hate it, but I'm just let you guys know it's gonna be a lot of talking in this vlog. But let's just get off into this thing. So I had this car since, what was it? I want to say June of 2023, so June of last year. And it had been great. I loved it. I loved how it felt on the street driving, going through the gears and everything. If you guys have never driven a Mini Cooper, what they say about them, I was like, I had no clue, but everything you hear about Mini Coopers, like driving and the experience behind it, it is 100% true, and I love driving this thing. But one evening, as a matter of fact, it was New Year's Eve. I was coming from work. Well, was it New Year's Eve? It was around that time frame. We'll just leave it at that. I was coming home from work, and I had to go and make a quick bank run, you guys. And I got it up on the interstate. I was driving, and everything seemed to be cool, you know, and I looked down and it seemed really strange. I was like, it wasn't getting power. So I looked at the RPM gauge, and it was buried, like the car was off, and the car technically shut itself off. When I went to restart it, it did not sound great, you guys. So long story short, I had to pull it over into a parking lot, and a buddy of mine came back with me that evening to get it towed back home. I think the Mini Cooper's motor is shot, you guys. When we pulled the dipstick, it wasn't a drop of oil in this thing, and I had been checking oil. I was I actually have everything right now in the house to do an oil change, and that was what I was going to do the next morning because I was off. But hey, things happen, you guys. If you guys have the opportunity to buy one of these for the driving experience, please give it a shot. You won't regret it. The next car we're going to bring out is the main reason that a lot of you have followed me in the first place. We are going to bring out the A5, and she is doing just fine. So let's go get it. Alright, you guys, here she is, the main character of the channel. The reason most of you guys have ran across my page, my Instagram, YouTube channel in the first place was because of this car right here. This is my 2015 Audi A5 2.0T Quattro that is stage 3 tuned. As a lot of you guys know, I've been through a lot with this car. I've done a lot of modifications to it, and it's a cool daily / fun car, if that's what you want to call it. So a lot of you guys have hit me up over the course of me not filming, asking me questions about this car, where have I been, some of the things you guys want to see. Someone I talked to, I don't remember his name, wants to see a roll race with this against a stock A5, to see the difference between, you know, like a stock one versus a stage 3 car and things like that. So I'm gonna try to make that happen, you guys. If I cannot find anyone in this area that is willing to race with me, that has a stock A5 or stock A4 or something along the same lines horsepower wise, I will try to run across other cars and show you guys exactly what it will do against those. So I have had this car for a while, as many of you know. I think this is approaching, I want to say maybe my 5th year having this car. It might be longer than that, I don't know, I lost track of time. And some of you guys want to know, you know, what is next for this. A lot of you know I have been up in the air with, you know, thinking about selling it, or what I'm gonna do with it, what I'm gonna do to it next, you guys. And honestly and truly, I really hate to tell you, but as time has went on and the more and more I have thought about this and adding up the amount of money it would take for it to get to the horsepower number that I would want, I'm honestly and truly just better off selling it. And I hate to break the news to you guys, but it is a good chance some point in time between this year and next year, I am more than likely going to part ways with this car. Looking at some potential replacements, which I will bring up to you guys later on in this video. So you guys, we are down to the last car. It is crazy to think how many cars I've had all the way up to this point, and I've pretty much had just about every cylinder, minus of course V10 and a V12, but I've always wanted a V8 and I never have bought one until the beginning of this year. So without further ado, let me show you guys the new ride. This, you guys, is my 2010 Camaro SS. This car is basically full bolt on with a cam, and the cam is a stage 3 BTR Brian Tooley Racing cam, you guys, and it attracts plenty of attention and I love it. It is definitely a lot more things I'm going to do with this. A few things cosmetic that I'm going to do with it. She's got a couple of rough spots on her here and there that I'm going to fix up over the course of this year, probably going off into next year. I got this car at the beginning of the year. I want to say it was January 6th. A buddy of mine sent me a Facebook listing on Marketplace. Guys, I did not want a yellow Camaro. Black is my favorite color, so I definitely wanted one in black. But when I heard this, I knew then I had to get it. So I'm going to start it for you guys here in just a second, and you will hear exactly what I mean. Guys, we had to come inside because it was getting a little dark in the driveway, and I wanted to make sure we have some decent light, and I'm hoping everything I filmed looks decent. If not, we'll just have to refilm this again probably tomorrow. But maybes as far as replacements for the A5. So here we go. First one on the list, by the way, this is just the way I went down the list and just wrote cars. This does not mean the first one is the one I'm looking at the most. This really can go in any order. So first car on the list would be a C6 Corvette Z06. I've always liked the C6Z simply because of like the engines, the 7-liter, the LS7, totally legendary engine, and the amount of things that car can do is mind-blowing. So I love that. Up next, number 2, you guys, will be the BMW M4. So if I'm not mistaken, the code for that car would be the F82 M4, which is the one that I'm looking at. So I'm thinking about possibly doing the M4. Number 3 is the E92 M3. I've always liked that car as well. Going on down, number 4, E92 335i. I don't think I'm gonna wind up going with that car simply because we already have a BMW with an N54 in it, so I don't think I want 2 N54s on the channel. Up next is the Camaro ZL1. So the same body style as mine, which would be a 5th gen ZL1. I always love those, and once again, just like the 335i, I probably won't get a ZL1 to come on the channel. But then again, if I find a crazy deal on one, they're amazing. So it's a maybe. After that, up next will be the Corvette Grand Sport. So this goes for the C6 as well as the C7. This next one is kind of a wild card. So I thought of this last night. And I told somebody I would never get an Alexis, but this made my list. The Alexis RCF. The last thing that made my list is probably going to be a shocker for some of you guys, and it's actually not a car. So the last thing on my list that I was thinking about selling the A5 for is a Jeep Wrangler. I think it is one other thing that I was considering that did not make the list. Let me go back and check really quick, and if it is, I'm going to tell you. Okay, you guys, so it was 2 more that I was kicking around getting. I just forgot to add them to the list. They ran it across my mind as I was coming home. So the second to last now car that I was thinking about getting is the Nissan 370Z. I was kicking around the idea driving home of possibly getting a 370Z, bringing it to the channel as well. I've also thought about newer cars too, like the Supra and maybe the new Z, and I don't think I'm gonna do that simply because of how much those cars are. And once I get up that high, this next car that I'm about to name is not too far off from that. I might have to save up a little while longer in order to get it, but you guys might think it's worth it. So the last car that is on my list that I'm thinking about getting to replace the A5 is a R35 Nissan GT-R. You guys, I do miss making videos for you. and filming fun content. So I'm going to try my hardest to get back on that this year 100%. So before I let you guys go, and the camera's battery is about to shut off on me, I did order some parts for the Camaro that are supposed to be coming in. I think I want to order the rest of everything I want first before I make a video putting all those things together on that car. I do think I want to wait on everything to get in because I haven't ordered the rest of everything that I want next to go on it. So be on the lookout for that video. If you guys follow me on my Instagram,